Thank you. Those two words are often engraved on garbage cans. They're stenciled on shopping bags. We see those two words all the time. But there's a big difference between just giving a pithy thank you without even looking the person who helped you in the eye, because that's what you're supposed to say, versus actually feeling a sense of gratitude and conveying that gratitude, or that hakaras hatov, that recognition of the good for the person who has done something nice for you. In our parasha this week, Parashat Vaera, Moses is commanded to bring the plagues, the 10 makos, to the land of Egypt, because Paro is refusing to let the Jewish people go free. And among the plagues, different ones were conducted in different ways. Some of them were done with a warning, some without. Some affected the Egyptians' bodies, some affected the land, some affected their livestock. And there's a lot of deep meaning behind the symbolism and the details for each respective plague. Moshe himself performs the action that causes these plagues to go into effect, except for the first three. Now, you'd figure that if you're going to sequence the main actor in a feature film, you want that actor to be involved with the beginning of the chase, pursuit, the rising action. So Moses is about to get these makos started, and we see that he doesn't actually do them. For the first three, the makkah of dam, the blood, tzvardeya, the frogs invading the land of Israel, and Kedem and lice, Moshe doesn't do them. His brother Aaron brings them into effect. And commentators ask, why didn't Moses do them himself? You start the game off, man. It's like Moses is your starting quarterback and you sit him for the first quarter. Like, no, Moses didn't show up late for a team meeting. Moses, didn't talk back to the coach in a press conference. Like, Moshe's doing what he's supposed to be doing. And in fact, Moshe is told by God to do it. So why does he have Aaron do it? And our rabbis tell us that he did so because he had hakaras hatov. He was expressing his gratitude to the water of the Nile and to the sand that covered the land of Egypt. Why is he having gratitude to the water? Well, because 3 months after Moses was born, they couldn't keep him hidden anymore. He got too big. So Moses' mother puts him into a special basket that was waterproofed, and she sets him adrift in the Nile. His sister Miriam is watching this to see what would happen, because they figured better that he have a chance to live than he be murdered by the Egyptians who were exterminating the Jewish baby boys. The water of the Nile, Moses felt, deserved his gratitude because it kept him alive long enough for Paro's daughter to collect him and to save him. And Moses had hakaras hatov, he had gratitude to the land of Egypt because it hid the body of the Egyptian that he killed, defending one of his Jewish brethren who was being attacked by an Egyptian taskmaster. Because of Moshe's gratitude for the water helping him out, Moshe did not cause the river and all the bodies of water in the land of Egypt to turn into blood, nor did he strike the Nile, beginning the plague of the frogs invading the land, the homes, the entire country of Egypt, because Moshe had enough gratitude that he didn't want to strike the water. That's an eye-opening concept to think about. Because we know that river water isn't stagnant. It's not a lake. It flows. It's not that Moses was even having gratitude to the same droplets of water that protected him. Those had long gone flown into the sea. Moreover, this act of preservation of Moshe was completely passive. 80 years ago! Almost. Give or take a decade into Moshe's teenage years. But for so many years, Moshe was harboring this gratitude. We don't see that anymore. A politician does you a favor. A couple weeks later, that reporter might be lambasting the same politician who gave him a scoop that got him accolades for an article that he wrote. He said thank you afterwards. And the same thing by the land. It wasn't necessarily the same spot. I would understand, that, 4x4 area of dirt, you don't touch. But no one says that Moshe was in the same spot. And also, it was decades and decades before. But yet, Moshe shows us the extent to which the value of Hakaras HaTov lasts in Judaism. We don't say that a debt is ever repaid in the truest sense of the word. We don't say that, I paid back the loan that helped me avoid bankruptcy, I now get to be a jerk. Debt paid, check, moving right along. We don't say that. We don't say that. We don't say that someone did us a favor in the past that we can ever get even. If a loan was made, if there's some sort of economic value, that doesn't mean that has to continue perpetually. But it does mean that we need to feel a sense of being beholden to someone else. Even if it's something that was automatic. The water did not consent to Moshe being placed in it. The land of Egypt did not consent to Moshe burying this Egyptian in the land. Doesn't matter. Moshe shows us that we need to have gratitude for people, for things, for making us who we are today, and for helping us to get there. Let's recognize the good things that other people do for us. Let's be sincere and thank them for the assistance that we have been given. And let us never forget everyone who helped us to become who we are. Have a great week.